Fighting games have been around a very long time, and it's one genre that has a very special place in many gamers' hearts. The list of awesome fighting games goes on and on, so bear in mind that we may have missed out on one of your favorites by mistake, or it just wasn't one of our top picks. But on top of that, many of the games on this list are standout hits, so whilst they may be in a particular order, this is no testament to the quality of the game. Now, enough chatter, let's get into the ring and take a look at the top 10 best fighting games of all time! Number 10, Street Fighter. Not much has to be said about the original Street Fighter. No, it wasn't the best quality fighting game ever created, but it was one of the first ever released and truly revolutionized the genre. Every old, hardcore fan of the fighting genre probably has a fond memory with this game, and it was only right to put the original Street Fighter on this list as a thank you for all it did with kickstarting the category. May you always remain in our hearts. Number 9, Injustice: Gods Among Us. Injustice: Gods Among Us incorporates awesome DC Universe lore with kick-ass fighting action. Whilst being playable on console, this bad boy is also available on mobile devices, where you get to a whole new market of people. The cross between pure DC-centered characters and intense, violent action made for something incredibly fun. That, and the awesome cutscenes that occur when you send your foe packing. Number 8, Super Smash Bros. Brawl. One of the Wii's main shining lights was the Super Smash Bros. Brawl title. Anyone who knew anyone in video games at the time of this game's release would have definitely had a good session or two going crazy with the hammer in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. The variety of characters from so many different Nintendo franchises and the crazy action-filled gameplay made this something really special. And of course, you could play it with all your friends. Number 7, Mortal Kombat 2. Mortal Kombat 2 brought a whole new host of characters and gruesome fatalities not only to the Mortal Kombat world, but the gaming world as a whole. This installment in the Mortal Kombat series set it up for great goriness to come and gave us all the taste of the more sadistic side of fighting games. You can look away all you like, but there's a little part of all of us that loves seeing a crazy fatality occur. Number 6, Killer Instinct. Killer Instinct is one of Rare's shining gems, and its reboot in 2013 was a true testament to how awesome this game was. Much like Street Fighter, Killer Instinct set a benchmark for future arcade fighting games to come, and to say the least, you couldn't help but fall in love with the variety of characters and moves that were so quickly offered. Number 5, Marvel vs. Capcom 2! Vs. Capcom games are always great, but Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was by far the best in the series. This game made the controls of the modern fighting game so much easier to understand and introduced aspects like 3v3 gameplay that really got people into the Marvel vs. Capcom series. The new character assist system and other new big features turned this game from being any other Marvel vs. Capcom game to being the Marvel vs. Capcom game. To be fair, when you take awesome Marvel superheroes and put them against Capcom's key fighters, well, how can you really go wrong? Number 4, Tekken 3. Tekken 3 was the first game released on Namco System 12, which meant it had a lot to live up to, and live up it did. Over 8.5 million copies of this game were sold worldwide, making it the 4th most purchased PlayStation game ever, and rightfully so. Movement reforms, an awesome character host, and an intriguing plot all added together to make Tekken 3 a smash hit and one of the most popular fighting games ever created. Tekken 3 was a gateway game for many people. Once they played it, they fell in love with gaming, or beating people up on the streets, but we hope it was gaming. Number 3, Virtua Fighter 5. The fact that Virtua Fighter 5 was ported to PS3 and used as their launch title for Europe says more than anything. Sony had faith in a classic game to help launch a whole console, and it's fair to say the PS3 had a pretty successful release. Virtua Fighter 5 was one of the first fighting games to feature fully online gameplay and came coupled with the ability to do some new awesome combos that people were yet to experiment with. This game sure did a lot for the genre. Number 2, Soul Calibur 2. Soul Calibur 2 saved all those folk who hated the fact that the fighting ring in games was wall-less. It introduced walls around arenas and made step and avoid systems so much easier to handle. The characters were all clean-cut and enjoyable to use, and the story, following the Waves of Slaughters in Europe that occurred in Soul Calibur 1, featured some unexpected and intelligent elements. This game was all around fun and is dubbed by many Soul Calibur fans the best Soul Calibur ever. Number 1, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Super Street Fighter 2 came from the humbling beginnings of the Street Fighter series that had originally only featured 2 playable characters and added a whole new host of characters to the genre's ever-growing list. It was also credited with being the fighting game that brought the experience to console, and whilst there are many Street Fighter games that people may argue as better than Super Street Fighter 2, its influence on the genre was enough to warrant it a top place on this list. Akuma and the introduction of super combos and air combos were also totally amazing and went on to live in franchises outside of Street Fighter. Those were our top 10 fighting games of all time. Let us know in the comments, what are your favorite fighting games? Were there any that we missed? Any of the ones that we listed that you really enjoyed? Post your thoughts down below. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up and subscribe to TGN. I'm Moxness, and I'll see you next time. Mortal Kombat!